Hello, hi everyone. How's everyone holding up? Oh, there we go. It just occurred to me I should have my Ornate Garden Sweet stuff out so you guys could see it. I do have a lot of the products here next to me that I'm going to show you, but I thought I should probably show this too, right? So the Ornate Garden Suite went live yesterday. This is a suite that will be in the new annual catalog in June, but we are getting an early release on it. There are some amazing products in here. This stamp set is definitely one you're going to see me use a ton of. I love this one. These dies are really pretty. The DSP we're going to use today, really, really pretty. And then there's a second bundle in here. This stamp set I didn't think I needed, and then I had to buy it. These dies are incredible. These little frame dies, we're going to use one of those today as well. And then lots of fun accessories. There's an embossing folder, ribbon, and gems, gold gems, and we're using all of them today. So we're using lots of products from this suite. This is such a gorgeous suite. So let me show you some of the products. This is the first. My dies are a mess in here, but you guys will get the idea. This is the Ornate Thanks Set, and this is the bundle. So you get these really fun border dies. These dies cut a really fun border. I don't think I have any cards. I think I might have mailed them all that have these, but these cut a really fun border. So you just line the little sides up here along the border of your card, and it'll just cut a really fun border. It'll cut one side out and leave the other side intact, but you'll get that gorgeous, gorgeous pattern. And there's a few of them that do that. So beautiful dies, lots of fun border dies to use on there. So the Ornate Thanks bundle. The second bundle is, let me see, now I can't find it, here it is. This is the Ornate Style bundle, and this flower is gorgeous to color. Let me show you this card. So I made this card. I found these little window sheets. These are from a really old paper pumpkin. I mean, a couple years ago at least, a really, really old paper pumpkin. And I cleaned out my big paper pumpkin stash drawer that I have, and I found these in there. And so, but look at how gorgeous that flower is. And I colored this with watercolor pencils. This is on watercolor paper, and I just used an aqua painter and watercolor pencils. Isn't that beautiful? So, and then I just added like a window sheet on the front. So there's not a lot of room to write on this card because you'll see it on the inside, but you could always write on the back or just add even like a little note inside. But isn't that a gorgeous? Isn't it pretty? And then I also colored this one too. I did it in like blues and grays, which I think is really pretty, but I haven't put it on a card. Now there is no die to cut out these, so I did fussy cut them, but you guys know how I love to fussy cut. But such a pretty image to color. And if you're at home and you just want to do some coloring, this is a great one to do. There's lots of other images to color. Lots of really fun images. Now the dies that come with this are these incredible frames, and they're so detailed, and they're huge too. This is the biggest one, and let me show you on a card base. This is a typical card base. So this would take up your entire card base. Isn't that gorgeous though? And they're so detailed, and they're so, so beautiful. We're actually using this one today. So I have already die cut it, but you'll see. But this little piece too, this is just a gorgeous piece. Just an accent piece. There's another accent piece. There's just a plain stitched rectangle, but it's nice and long, so beautiful. And then you can layer it up into those. So this is the Ornate Style Suite. So these are the two bundles. And then there is, let me get this back in so I don't lose any of them. There's an embossing folder, and I don't know if you can see it maybe in there. That picture. This embossing folder is so gorgeous. Lots of like just tiny little flowers, lots of flower details, and it is so pretty. Okay, what else is in the suite? Ribbon. There's terracotta tile and old olive ribbon, and these ribbons are so soft, and they're not very thick, so they're going to make some nice bows. You can probably get away with mailing them too. They're not real thick. They're not real, they don't take up a lot of bulk. So I have these, the gold gems. I told you guys I've already used a ton of these. This is all I have left basically. But these I'm not sure are post office friendly. They are pretty thick. The smaller ones I think you could probably get away with, but these bigger ones might need some extra postage. So just keep that in mind. And then what else was in this suite? What else? Oh, the paper. Hello. Now I've chopped up so much of my paper. I'm not sure I have every pattern left, but we'll look at it. let's see what we have. So this is the Ornate Garden paper, and some of it has gold accents. This is a piece we're going to use today. So you can see that gold foiling on one side, and then the other side, just super soft. And this, the yellow in this paper, guys, is a new color called Bumblebee. So really excited for that. Okay, so I have two of these. So this is one pattern. This is the other pattern. So really pretty. Love this one. We might have all the patterns in here. We'll see. Okay, so that's, then there's this one. I have chopped up quite a bit of this. I've used a ton of this already. This is, I love this pattern, this little white daisy pattern. And you guys, I probably in the last year, I've used terracotta tile maybe a couple of times. And just in the last week with this suite, I think I've used it like every day. So if that tells you anything, I'm not a big terracotta tile fan, but I have to keep using it with this bundle, and I love it. So this one, this is Old Olive, and then there's gold foiling on it. I think you can see it there. There's gold foiling on here. This is that one that I just showed you with the gold on the back. Let me see, what else do we have? This one, I love this one. One of my favorites again, and then the other side is gold foiling on mint macaron. It's really pretty. And then, is this the last one? I think it might be. Yeah, I think it might be. And then this pattern I love too. I love all these daisies. And then the opposite side is more gold on white. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I think that's all the patterns, but that's the DSP. So definitely a good suite to get if you want something new to craft with right now. And if you are placing an order, please head to my online store, use this host code, and you'll get a PDF with 3 projects. If your order's over $150, don't use the host code because you'll receive Stampin' Rewards on top of that. But I think I showed everything. Let me just double check. I think I did. All right, so let's get to our project today. All right, we are making this really cute little box. It's like a little Matchbox. So it slides out. Well, gosh, you think, there it goes. So it slides out, and you can fill it with all of your little treats. It's 1 inch deep. I didn't really design it for anything specifically, but it will hold lots of little goodies in here. So I think it's really, really cute. So the finished measurements, it's about 3 3/4 this way, 2 inches this way, and then, like I said, 1 inch tall all the way around. So let's make the box. And I did, you'll see when we make the box, but I did double reinforce these sides so that as you're pulling it and pushing it in and out, those sides stay nice and strong. They're not going to get bent up. So let's make our little box. Okay. All right. Oh, where's my score? Oh, okay. Here we go. You're going to need your Simply Scored or whatever you use to score with. And let me pull my measurements in because, good grief, we'll never get this right. Although it's pretty easy measurements, so maybe we would get it right. I don't know. Okay, your cardstock is 7 3/4 by 6. So you're gonna get 1 per 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. If you have 12 by 12 cardstock, you can get 2 of these per cardstock. And then all the way around, we're just gonna score it at 1 and 2 all the way around, okay? So I'm going to go 1 and 2, and then we're just going to turn it and do 1 and 2. Whoops. Oh, I did that yesterday too. I'm going to show you guys how to fix that. Did you see what I did? It jumped. I'm going to show you how to fix that. All right, and then turn 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And by using a bigger piece of paper like this and then scoring it twice all the way around, that's how we're going to get those reinforced sides. Now, you'll see my thing jumped on here. So I'm going to flip that over, and then I'm just going to take my score tool and just gently find that groove and just push it all back into place. So I'm not pushing hard enough to score it. I'm just kind of pushing it to kind of get it back into place. And that will make it less noticeable once we assemble our whole box. So just a quick little tip. Don't push hard enough to just rescore it, just kind of tap it into place. And when you burnish your lines with your bone folder, you can further kind of smooth that score line out. Okay, so before we cut, we're gonna go in with our bone folder and just fold on all these lines. When you're making 3D projects, you really want to make sure you're using a bone folder because that will give you those crisp corners. All right, all the way around. All right, we're gonna do some trimming on this. So I'm gonna hold it with the short side like this, so it's long side portrait mode. And we're going to cut up on all of these score lines to that second score line. So we're passing that first score line, and we're going to cut up to that second score line. Okay, and we're going to cut out these two over here, and I'm going to kind of notch that in just a little bit. So I didn't make a straight cut, I just kind of notched it in. This tab, we're going to cut that off. We don't need that little square, and then we're going to notch in on these little side pieces right here too. So we're going to make a little notched end here, and one more notch right here. So we're going to notch, 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 and then everything else gets cut away. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. Let's see. I should use my big scissors for this. So we're going to cut all the way up. We're going to cut out this corner while notching in there. I'm going to do that a little more. Okay, there we go. And we're going to cut this piece off. We don't need that piece. And then we're going to notch these in. Just like that. So that's one side. And then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So cut away. So you're basically cutting away like an L. And then you're notching in whatever's left. Oh, notch that in a little more. Okay. And cut this up. Cut this away. And notch. And when you notch it in, it doesn't have to be perfect, because all of those are going to be on the inside of the box. So nobody's going to see those. And this is the side I messed up on, so you can barely see that little mistake I made with the scoring tool. So I do that all the time. I'm constantly jumping the rails on my Simply Scored. And I really only pull out my Simply Scored when I'm making 3D projects, because I do that. I don't want to mess up a card by doing that. Okay, so while I'm clearing up my scraps, I'm going to leave this here so you can take a screenshot or whatever you need to do for what that box base is going to look like. Let me clean up all my trash. All right, so we're going to leave that turned over, and we're going to add, I'm using tear tape. You can use whatever strong adhesive you want. I have like a piece stuck on there. Let me get that off. Now it's stuck to my finger. Way to go. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on all these little tabs. These are 1-inch tabs that we notched into. So I'm going to do that. All of these tabs, and then I'm going to flip it back over, and we're going to run adhesive all along these outside panels. And I'm going to run it close to that edge, and that's going to help it all stick down. Nice and secure, giving us a nice strong box. And our cardstock, Stampin' Up! Cardstock is already some of the strongest cardstock there is. Ooh, I didn't notch right there. Did I notch on this side? I didn't. Stampin' Up! Cardstock is super strong, but when you have a box that's getting lots of tugging and pulling, you just want to make sure you're reinforcing those sides. So by doubling up, we're making it super strong. Okay, here we go. Last one. And then you guys get to watch me peel all this off. Which is always the most exciting part, I think. Okay, so we're going to flip it over. We're going to do these sides first. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, because you guys had to watch me do this with my fingers. You guys would all go crazy. Okay, this is actually a pretty simple box to do. And so all I'm doing is just lining up this score line right here with that cut edge right there. That's all I'm doing, all the way around. And by using our bone folder, we're going to get nice crisp edges all the way around. Okay, perfect. Make that, and then we're going to peel off the backings of all of these, and we're just going to go around. So peel that off, and then just fold it inside, just like that. Okay, and that will give us those really strong reinforced sides. Just fold it in. You can use your liquid glue for this. If you still have fast fuse, you can use fast fuse. That's nice and strong. Just something that is going to hold really well. You don't want to use snail on a box. There we go. That is our box, nice and strong, nice and sturdy. Okay, get all that out of the way, and we're going to work on our little slider part now. So this is the part we're going to work on. This is that DSP. I'm going to use that gold side, And this piece is 6.5 by 3 3/4. And we're not scoring this because I didn't feel it was necessary. I don't like to score things when I do belly bands. So basically all I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to line it up on the bottom about halfway, and I'm just going to go around and pinch these all the way around. So we're going to fold that over. Just give it a good pinch. You don't want your belly band to be super tight, and sometimes if you pre-score it, your belly band is so tight that it's not going to slide on and off, and that kind of defeats the purpose of this kind of box. So we're just going to go around and just do a little pinch all the way around. And now, just to make sure everything is nice and squared up, where those are pinched, I'm just going to make sure that my DSP is lined up nice and straight, and then I'll just go in and burnish that with my bone folder. So that'll give us nice and crisp lines, but again, we're just ensuring that it's not too tight. It's going to slide on and off easily. Okay. Just making sure everything's nice and straight. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to just run a line of tear tape across one of these, the back of one of them. They'll overlap, so it doesn't matter which one you do. Just choose one, and then we're going to pull that off. We'll bring in our box, and that seam is going to go on the bottom. So which side is, that side's sticky, so we're just going to wrap this around. Everything lines up perfectly. There we go. We're just going to pinch that on the bottom, and then our little box slides in and out. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's decorate the top. All right, I have a piece of mint macaron that I have already die cut with that embossing folder. Can you guys see all that amazing detail? So cute. So this piece is 1 3/4 by 3.5. So 3.5 this way by 1 3/4. And that's gonna go right on our box. And I am using Tombow for most of my assembly today, just because it's stronger than snail. And for a 3D box, you really just wanna hold it all together. So this box would be super cute just to fill with little candies or little treats, and then leave on your neighbor's porch or give it to a friend or something. Leave it in the mailbox for your mail carrier. That would be cute. So that's just going to get glued on the top. And then let's pull out the rest of our pieces. So this is that frame piece that I talked about in the beginning from that Ornate style bundle. Isn't that beautiful? So all I've done is I've cut it in half. So I used half of it on this one, and I cut this side off. We're going to use half of this. We're going to do some stamping first. So let me get out I didn't get my ink pad out. My mint macaron ink pad. And I'm using the So Grateful. This is from that Ornate Thanks Set. And this piece I think is like 3/8. It's about 1/2 inch. Between 1/2 inch and 3/8. So we're going to see if I can line this up. Just stamp that on there. So pretty. Love that. All right. I'm going to flag those ends. I have my tailor tag punch. So I'm just going to stick this in. And then when I see the greeting, I'm just going to pull it back out just a little bit and flag that end. So I'm getting nice and close to those greetings. You could use your scissors. Normally you do, but I decided to pull out my tailor tag punch for this. All right. So this is going to get adhered onto our little frame piece. I'm going to put some glue right here, and we might have to trim the top of this off if there's any hanging over. So what I'm doing is just making sure that it's nice and even on that frame, and just lining it up with those top of those flowers in each corner. Can you see that? So this extra little excess, just go ahead and cut that off. So because that doesn't need to show, so I'm just going to trim that off along the back there. There we go. So pretty. It just gives you, instead of using it as a frame, you can use it as a nice little border piece. Isn't that cute? I love this. Okay, this is going to get popped up on dimensionals. We're done with our glue. Of course, where did my dimensionals go? Here they are. They're buried. Okay. Before we do this though. Okay, we're going to tie a ribbon around our box. Now, you guys, yesterday when I was making this project, it took me 3 tries to get this ribbon right. So let's hope that I can be quicker with my ribbon today. Now I'm going to put my box in it because it's going to make my box much more sturdy for tying our ribbon. So I'm using that terracotta tile ribbon that you can get. Now the ribbon comes in a bundle pack, so you can't just buy the terracotta tile. You have to buy the old olive too, but it's beautiful ribbon. You'll use them both. Okay, let's see. I'm tying it on the spool, which I never do. And I found yesterday I had to tie it in a knot because I wasn't having success with tying a bow. So we have to tie this in a knot. So, and then, let's see, I'm doing it upside down because my bows always come out better upside down. I don't know if you guys, oh, that's not so bad for the first try. We're gonna go with it because I think if I mess with it, it's just gonna get worse. Okay, pretty cute. So I just wanted that in the top left corner. Super cute. Okay, yay. Now, dimensionals on our greeting piece. And that is going to kind of hold that ribbon in place too, so it doesn't slide around. So I'm going to put dimensionals, I'm using the edges of my dimensionals all the way across here. And by putting this on over our ribbon, that ribbon's going to stay nice and secure in place. So grateful. That greeting's just going to hang off that mint macaron piece just a little bit. Isn't that cute? You guys could do this in any color, and we have so many colors in that DSP, so you could really make this box in any color. I love the little gold accents. All right, now to finish, we have our little gold gems, and I'm going to place 3 of them on here. So I'm going to place one of the really big ones right here. I'm going to tuck a little one down here, and then another one. There's 3 different sizes. I'm going to tuck the kind of up here by the ribbon, up at the top. So there you go. What do you think? Super cute. These gems are so gorgeous. All right, let me clear everything out of the way, bring these back in. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. I may go live this weekend in my VIP groups. If you're not already a member of my VIP group, make sure you join my VIP group. All are welcome. There's no requirements to join, so make sure you join my VIP group. If you need to order any supplies, please head to my online store, shop using this host code. Leave me a comment if you are watching this on YouTube or Facebook. If you're on Facebook, share it with your friends. They'd love to see some crafty inspiration right now. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. And thanks so much for joining me, guys. Otherwise, I will definitely be back next Thursday, if not before then, in my VIP group. So have a great weekend, guys. Bye.